Ruth, can you say something for the camera? That'll be a good sound. This is my baby. Her name is Ruth. She's 7 weeks old, and she's the cutest baby that you ever did see. Thank you. And seen.
This is going to be a good one today. So basically we have 2 custom baseball gloves, both brand new. And so we are going to look at them both, kind of how they come, just like right out of the box, and kind of compare them. They are 2 different leather types, so it's not going to be necessarily comparing the leather feel and everything, but really just like how they come and other stuff. The custom 44 is going to be coming in this bag, just like always. And I will say, the bottom part of the bag here is actually different than what it normally is. This feels more like actual leather, and the other ones before were just like this like synthetic fake leather type feel. And so just a small thing to note, this stuff does feel nicer, I will say. And then the custom Rawlings comes in this pretty sweet box. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty sick. It shows you almost kind of like a shoebox. It shows you like the size, and it's a heart of the hide. And so that's what they come in. So this Rawlings glove, this is actually my brother's. And so he bought it. He's using it for softball. He plays third. And so it's 12 3/4. This 44, this is mine. I got it. I'm using it for softball. It's short, and it's also 12 3/4. Now they are the same size, but the gloves are gonna look very different, very different styles, and so you'll see that once we open them up. But I'm gonna go ahead and just open up mine first. So it also comes with this plastic wrap. Pull her out. So here we go. Not all people are gonna like this colorway. I honestly do like it. And so the big thing with this glove is I got the obsidian leather. Well, it's not leather, I don't know what it is, but it's called the obsidian shellback. That's what 44 calls it. I think it's really similar to the Rawlings. I think it's called the Hyper Shell, something like that. But Rawlings is a very similar shellback option, and so this is 44's version that they recently came out with. Honestly, I love it. I think it looks awesome. I think it's sick. And if you disagree, go ahead and rip me apart in the comments if you want. But I will say I definitely have a lot to say about this 44. Not all good things, to be honest. So I would say stick around for that. But to quickly show you quick specs on it, the obsidian shell on back, we talked about that already. And then pink, yellow, and sky blue, black laces, and I threw a little bit of white on there too. When it comes to the stitching, it says mine, we have the cross. On the inside, it says Ruthie Joe. My daughter's name is Ruth Josephine. Got her name on the inside there. But I'm just gonna set this to the side, and we're actually gonna open up that Rawlings. All right, so they put the little like heel thing in there just to keep it safe, keep it from getting squished or collapsed. It's also covered in plastic. Go ahead, throw it out. This is a heart of the hide. This is 1275, and it is also absolutely beautiful. It's blonde with orange and then the camo mesh. It is absolutely gorgeous. And so, yeah, I mean, this thing is awesome. And it's my brother-in-law's. He's been wanting to get one of these camo mesh gloves for like years, and he finally went ahead and pulled the trigger. He had been using my Wilson 1799 A2K right there last year, and so he went ahead and pulled the trigger and got his own glove. A quick little comparison. You can probably tell the Rawlings is a little bit wider. The heel feels a little bit wider. The glove feels a little bit wider. The 44 feels a little bit more narrow and a little bit longer, just barely. Most of you have probably heard me talk pretty highly of 44 in the past. Oh man, I can't believe my whole family just died in a plane crash. This is easily the worst day of my life. I'm sorry, Chris, but I have terrible news. You already told me that my family died. We just finished going through your father's will, and he gave all that he owned to a food/arcade franchise. Dave & Buster's? No, Chuck E. Cheese. This day couldn't get any worse. I just want to go home. That's the thing, Chris. Your house is currently being renovated into a Chuck E. Cheese as we speak. How could they be that fast? Oh, and Chris, one more thing. For some reason, your dad wanted you to have this baseball glove. Don't really know why. Thanks, 44. I'm never gonna forget this day. Today I'm gonna talk slightly negatively toward this glove. It's not a terrible glove, but I'm gonna show you what I don't like about it. So the first quickest thing I noticed, and I noticed this before the glove even got to me, I noticed this through pictures on 44's Instagram, that the obsidian is very, very easy to crease. Hopefully you guys can see but there's a lot of little creases in that obsidian shell back. Coming off the bat like that, it doesn't look super clean. It looks dented, it looks squished, but I'll be honest, it feels really nice. It does, it's super smooth. You can't scratch it. I don't know what it's really made of, but you can't scratch it. It doesn't leave like any marks whatsoever, and so that's cool, but it comes and it just looks kind of bad. This is a good example right here. This is pretty ugly, so not a huge fan of it. Another thing, the palm liner. The palm and the palm liner have some gaps in between them, so they usually have an adhesive, which they do have an adhesive on here, I'm sure, but it's just not doing its job 100%. And so I think that has a little bit to do with the like actual craftsmanship of the glove, but it's separating a little bit, specifically up towards here. It's separating quite a lot, actually, like about that much. There's just this big gap, and you can squish down. It's one big bubble. A small thing, the yellow is a lot darker than expected. That just might be my fault. I might not know what to expect. But I thought that I'd seen just, through other gloves on their Instagram account, it seems like their yellow is a little bit brighter, and this one here is dark. I'm not really that worried about it because once I start using it, even if it was a brighter yellow, it would end up getting darker just from being used. Another small thing I noticed was that the heel pad feels a lot thinner than normal. It feels like there's a whole layer missing from the heel pad, and so I've never gotten a 44 outfield glove for myself. Who knows, maybe they just have a thinner heel pad. I don't think that's the case, but who knows. Also, I did request a custom web, and I didn't get it. So that one really sucks. Can't decide. I might reach out to 44 to say, hey, what happened? I don't know what happened there. I was never told that the custom web wouldn't work. Also, something really small and weird, this little 44 tag here is way flimsier than the ones I've had in the past. I don't know why. Maybe they're just starting to use a cheaper leather. I don't know. But on to the good things about the glove, because it's not all bad. Good things about the glove. The leather itself feels fantastic. It feels like any other 44 I've gotten. High quality leather, nice and stiff, and I'm really excited to break this thing in. And you can see I can squeeze it more than most of my 44s I've had in the past, and I'm pretty sure it's due to this hypershell type back, so I'm excited to see how it breaks in. The laces on it are great, nice and durable. Color-wise, everything's really what I asked for. I mean, they did a good job. The things that I did have to say that were not so good about the glove, I would say that none of them actually affect the play and the use of the glove in game, so I'm really not worried. Also, that pink logo, honestly, that's pretty sick. Now, onto this Rawlings. This thing's a beauty. It's a heart of the hide. It is 12 3/4. It's a Pro 303/39 FSM 6. It's a 303 pattern. That's kind of like what matters. I will start with the negative. I don't think I have any negative remarks. So to talk about the positive on this thing, one, it looks fantastic, but the biggest, easiest thing to notice about this thing is the liner. The liner on this glove is more comfortable than any glove I think I've ever worn. And not necessarily because it's not like it's super soft on the inside, but what it is the actual design is fantastic. So it has like the reinforced thumb, which feels amazing. It's super padded and thick in there. Super, super comfortable when you're actually wearing it. The only negative about that little padded thumb for some people would be that it does feel like it's pretty thick back here. That might bother some people, but most probably not at all. Then the big thing for me is going into the pinky. This is a pattern that is designed to be worn to in the pinky. Because they know that, what they do, the palm liner goes all the way through that pinky slot. That might have been a terrible angle. What I'll do is I'll show you a little different clip. It goes all the way through the pinky slot, and so you don't feel any type of difference on the front or the back of your pinky and ring finger. There's no change in the leather whatsoever. It is perfectly smooth, and it feels phenomenal. Now, anyone who hasn't had heart of the hide leather, it's awesome. It's probably my favorite leather type out of any glove. My heart of the hides have been like my favorite gloves. 44's leather probably comes in just after that, just because I've used them so much. I love them, and definitely the price of the 44 is what really plays into what glove I choose to buy. Because if you didn't know, this 44 is roughly $90. It's like just under $200, right? This glove here is something like a little under $400, and so that's not exact prices, you guys. My point is you're paying a lot different of a price. Close to $200 of a difference. But the thing is if you really look at it, you could be like, wow, I could almost get 2 of these for 1 of these, or I could get 1 of these, and depending on who you are, you might just want to get 1 of these, because this thing is sick. This thing is very durable. I've had Heart of the Hides, and my Heart of the Hides, out of any baseball glove I've ever had, if I had to choose one just to last the longest, it would be a Heart of the Hide. They feel phenomenal, and they're just tanks. And that's what this thing is. It's just a tank. I really don't have anything negative to say about the Rawlings, and I think that's because you pay for it. You pay to have no negative remarks about it. It is just, it's what you ask for. It's a great glove. And now the 44, just few little things are off or weird. You know, the creasing, it's a new obsidian shell back. That's something that, who knows, maybe they're gonna fix at one point. And then the things that they could have prevented, though, I feel like were just the palm liner not sticking. I feel like that has to do with the craftsmanship. Then the heel pad, that's really not a problem. That's just something that I noticed. Overall, if I were to rate this glove out of 10, I would have to go with a 7 out of 10. That's not amazing, you know. It's a solid glove. It's gonna be nice, but there's a few off things about it that on a custom glove, it's just not, you don't want that, to be honest. You don't want that every single time. It's not unacceptable and garbage, but it's just not perfect. And now this glove, I'm probably just gonna have to say 10 out of 10. It obviously, in the end, it's a custom glove, so not everybody's gonna like the way it looks. Now, if this is what you wanted, if this is exactly how you wanted it to look, when it comes to the actual build of the glove, it's phenomenal. It's a 10 out of 10. Now, I don't know if any other companies are doing what Rawlings is doing with that pinky slot. 2 in the pinky, intentionally designing it in that way, expecting somebody to wear it like that. But I love it, and I think more companies should probably start trying to do the same thing. Now, if you're still watching, you're probably a regular watcher or a subscriber, and I actually have a question for you guys. Go ahead and let me know if I were to release merch of any kind. Let me know if you would want to wear it, if you would buy it. Hoodies, shirts, long sleeve tees, just whatever. I mean, tell me if you guys would want it, and tell me if there's something specific you would want. Crew necks, just let me know. I'm actually wearing a shirt right now that I made with my sister because she just has like this like shirt press thing. It's pretty sick because it has our logo on it. Small logo right here. But yeah, go ahead and let me know what you guys think.
Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of your time and commitment to me. My channel, without you guys, I would never make it far. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please thank you all and have a nice